New Zealand is currently experiencing the wettest winter ever. Apparently it's howling down and it's freezing cold. So imagine if you could escape the winter and come to somewhere like Tuscany in Italy, or maybe France or Greece. Oh, I hope I'm not going to start getting all emotional. Anyway, just hit me then. You might have to cut that out if I start blubbing. You might just have to cut it out. But anyway, in this week's show, you're going to discover a few things that we're missing about New Zealand, and you make up your mind if that would be enough to send you back to the other side of the world.
Got it.
Hello, and welcome to the podcast. I'm Liz.
And I'm Brian.
And today we're going to be talking to you about what we miss about New Zealand. For those who are new to the channel, we are currently travelling around Europe. We're from New Zealand. We're British. We emigrated to New Zealand 13 years ago, and we are in Europe. We've been here for 3 months, and we've got another 3 months left.
Yes.
And we just thought it might be nice to talk about, you know, whether we're missing New Zealand, what we miss about New Zealand. So currently we are in Italy. We're in Tuscany in Italy, house sitting. We've been to Greece, France, the UK, you know, England. Yeah, we haven't been to Scotland, have we? But
no,
or Ireland or Wales. But yeah, been to England. And so I know you're just dying to know, but what do you miss about home?
Yeah.
So what do we miss?
Well, not a lot. Let's get on to the next one, hey?
Anyway, see you later then.
So that's us from Italy, and see you again.
I knew you were going to do that joke.
Yeah, but that's the thing, isn't it? You know, you're sitting here and there's so many things that you enjoy about Europe. But it just starts to not niggle you, but just nudge you a little bit that, you know, you hear something from back home in New Zealand and you just think, you know, and I know you're having a tough time with all the rain and everything at the moment. And, you know, we've got a bit of a overcast day, which is nice because we can sit out because it's absolutely boiling. It really, really is. It's up in about 32 degrees at the moment. But it's, you know, so there's the things that
we're living the dream in Europe.
Yes, we are.
But,
but there's things you miss.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why we just thought, well, why don't we just list them out
and we know
and share them.
So many of our people are from New Zealand or they're Kiwis or whatever, and I just know that you will be thinking, is there anything? Or are you just thinking, sod that, we're not going back to New Zealand, we've found our place.
Well, that's it, yeah. You know, we're working over here and everything like that, just as in just our online stuff that we do. And so we just thought, well, let's list them out. And we're missing the winter, and it sounds like you're having a wet winter back in New Zealand. So, you know, sorry about that. And I'm so glad that we chose to come here.
Yeah, chose the right winter to leave, didn't we? Right, number one thing, and you know, I'm sorry, because I know that the French are going to be like, oh la la, Italians, mamma mia. We miss the New Zealand wine. We miss the New Zealand wine.
Yes,
don't we, Brian?
Yeah. As much as you like, you know, we're in Tuscany, and you know it's the home of Chianti and all
lovely.
Those sort of Tuscan wines. They're a little bit like sherry at times, aren't they?
No, Brian, that's only because we drink cheap rubbish.
No, it's not. I got a €12 bottle of wine the other day, and it was just like, well, actually, it's not that brilliant. And that's kind of not expensive, but it's not the cheap side of things, is it?
Yeah.
You know, it's like normally €6 you get a half decent bottle of wine, but get a bit of a headache sometimes.
The thing is, and just please bear in mind as well, all these things that we're going to tell you, this is our personal things, all right? Of
course it is. On our budget.
Yeah, you might be the sort of person that can afford to go out and spend €50 on a bottle of French wine.
A €15 bottle of wine.
Yeah. But
not
as much as I love the French wine, and I love Chile, and I love all wine, but I'm longing for the Central Otago red that I love.
Yeah, the Pinot Noir.
The Pinot Noir, yeah.
The Pinot Noir and the... Oh, I don't know, just some of the
whites as well, the Sauvignons.
The Marlborough Reds and the Marlborough Whites and, you know, Hawke's Bay and the Gizzies, and there's so many good wines, isn't there?
Anyway, let's have some tea, Brian.
Tea.
Look,
yes,
and it is tea, I promise you.
Yeah, it's tea. It's green tea, actually.
That's the first thing we miss. Second thing we miss is the thing is, we sat down at the cafe this morning. We go down to this little cafe in the morning down the road. Is my microphone all right?
Yeah, yours is okay.
And we're listing them out, the things like, you know, and the list was just getting longer and longer. We're like, Oh, actually, Brad, before we start, should we say the family? We really miss the family. We miss our children.
Yeah, we miss our children, honest.
About that.
Yeah. Sonny and Tess.
We really miss our children. Yeah, that goes without saying. Obviously, we miss the children.
Yeah, and your mum and Kev.
Yeah, our family, yeah.
And Melon.
So we've sorted that out now. Now we won't be hated by the family. The second thing that we miss is the tui bird song in the morning.
Yeah. Yeah, where we are here in Porto Santo Stefano, yes, and that's the ferry coming in.
Sounds like a tui, doesn't it?
Yeah, and that's the bird song for the morning. But there's hardly any bird song apart from a few European magpies. There's no real bird song here, is there? And you don't see that many birds.
There's British, the English countryside.
Oh yeah,
but
we're not saying that.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying everywhere that we've been.
Yes,
you can't beat an English bird song in the morning, but it's not tui. It's not the tui.
No, it's not the tui. I mean, yes. The English, France has got some fantastic bird songs, but you just miss the thing with New Zealand, or especially in Taranaki where we live. You get plenty of tuis, and you get plenty of blackbirds, sparrows, and starlings, and all those sort of that bird song.
Do you get starlings?
Yeah, of course you do.
What?
Every night.
I'm thinking of crows.
Yeah, every night the starlings come over. They're all flying out to.
Why does that woman down the road not like starlings?
Because I think they roost in their trees. Because at night they come.
The woman down the road, she had this lovely big tree, and they all used to.
They do make a bit of a racket, don't they?
I don't care, Brian. It's nice to listen to.
It is from our place.
Yeah.
Theirs.
She cut the tree down because she didn't like the starlings. We're like, that's ruined our
Moved a house.
But yeah, the reason we say the tuis is because Mum sent me a video today. I don't know what it was. It was a garden in the rain. She was like, look how much rain we're having. And all I could hear in the background, it was like the video was zoning out, and all I could hear was the birds. And I was like, oh, the birds.
You do.
And it's so funny because when we ring home, when we're at home in New Zealand and we ring back to England, my sister-in-law, she always says, oh, listen to the birds.
Yeah.
It's funny, isn't it, how you take things for granted?
And because you zone out from it, don't you? You don't really hear it unless, it's like first thing, the dawn chorus, you're awake and you're like, oh, it's, it's getting that time, isn't it? But you say, and in the day, you just kind of like, it's part of life, isn't it? So you don't really hear it.
Talking about the morning as well, I said this to Brian, I really, really miss, and again, I don't know if this is just because where we live in Taranaki, we live in the middle of the countryside, and yes, I understand that if you live in Auckland and Wellington and all the rest of it, might not be the same, but the early morning calm that you get of a morning in Taranaki, you wake up and it's just... Oh, it's just gorgeous, isn't it, Brian?
It's like, on Christmas Day when it's quiet. That's what it feels like almost every day, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And when we had lockdown, it was even quieter, wasn't it?
And it lasts till about... This is the difference. Every country has early morning calm, but I've noticed that ours at home lasts longer. It lasts till about, I don't know, you can get to, what do you reckon, about 9?
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, get on with
there's the odd car coming
now.
by, isn't it?
Yeah.
But that's not the same, because you just know they're getting up early to go to work and stuff like that. But there's not that many, is there?
Isn't it funny how, like you say, Christmas Day, I suppose it comes down to traffic. Because Christmas Day, lockdown, and Sunday, they always have that lovely calmness. And I always wonder, why can't you have that calm at 3 o'clock in the afternoon on a Wednesday? Why is it only in the morning?
I know, but when you think of
Why do you think that is?
But when you think of all the people who are commuting and, just...
Well, they're not commuting up Plymouth Road, are they, Brian?
A lot of them do, don't they? Not a lot of them, but, you might get 20 cars. That's about it.
Yeah. Anyway, I just miss that early morning New Zealand calm.
Just that calm, yeah.
Right. The other thing that we miss, I think we're not doing numbers, but the thing we miss, and again, I know people smoke in New Zealand, but... Oh my God. It's like being constantly gassed going for a coffee here, isn't it?
It is. It's like going back in time. It's like going back in time to when, you were young again, sort of in the 80s and 70s, even the 1960s. I still remember, I remember looking at a pub in the 1960s. I must have been, 6 or 7 years old. And looking in, and all I could see was the feet of people because the smoke was sort of like waist height. Yeah. And you couldn't see any faces hardly because there was that much smoke in the pub. And I was thinking, where's my dad's shoes? Can I see them?
Yeah.
That's what you remember. And, you just remember, everybody's smoking and stuff.
But bearing in mind, we're in Italy. So
yes,
Italians and the Greeks were quite
the Greeks,
into
a lot into cigarettes. The French are still into the cigarettes. Yeah. And so are the Italians and a lot of young Italians as well. And it's just
yeah.
It's just disheartening when you
And
see
I never
it.
thought it'd bother me because I've always been one for, my mum and dad smoked. I grew up, I probably smoked about 1 million fags in my life.
I
just
know.
passive smoking,
Yeah,
like you
yeah,
said.
I did, yeah.
And I never used to think, oh, it bothered me. I was like, no, I like the atmosphere. I love the feel of it, the smell, and gives Europe its sense of what it is, whatever. But I just, in the morning when you've been for a swim, or you feel, like you've just been showered and you sit next to someone, they're puffing away in your face, basically. Just
to be honest, it doesn't bother me, the smell of smoke, because, I grew up with it.
Don't start telling your story about the cigarettes that you... Why did you tell me that story the other day?
What?
Tell the story. No, in fact, don't.
No, I'm not telling
because
that story.
That's not true.
That's just a silly story. No, but what I'm saying is, like, I grew up with cigarettes, so it kind of like it triggers something in you, like, which is like homely type thing. It takes you back to your childhood type thing, doesn't it? So I don't overly hate the smell of cigarettes, and I'm not really an ex-smoker, even though Liz is trying to get me to tell you the story of when I did used to buy cigarettes.
But we were sitting there the other day,
trying to find a packet of cigarettes that I liked and didn't like any of them.
Yeah, we were sitting there the other day, and I said to Brian, "I wonder why cigarettes smell differently. Like, why does it?" And he's like, "Oh, because different cigarettes are different, Liz." And I went, "Well, how would you know? You're not a smoker." He went, "Well, when I was younger, I used to buy lots of cigarettes." And I was like, "No, you didn't." And he's like, "Yes, I did." And he started telling me about how he went down to the local shop and was buying. You reckon you bought all these cigarettes and then threw them away?
Yes, I did.
Where'd you get your money from?
I was working, so...
How old are you?
Oh, 6 or 7.
Anyway, moving on. So, we've said the freshness of air as well. That was another one.
Yeah, because that goes in with that cigarette thing. I'll tell you the story about the cigarettes one day. I don't know whether you're allowed to mention names of brands of cigarettes anymore. I don't know whether you can or not,
Right, go on.
But anyway, yeah. And, so...
The freshness of air.
The freshness of air. And it does make a difference. You're in the roaring 40s of, the West Cape of the North Island on New Zealand, so you're going to get plenty of fresh air, plenty of those negative ions coming in off the Tasman Sea. And that's that type of thing you kind of miss, don't you, here? Because there is wind here where we are in Porto Santo Stefano, but it's a very hot wind for one thing, and it just doesn't have that freshness, does it? No,
and also that clarity of light, just that... just that.
Yeah, but you'll see if you do watch the video of this. I know we're doing this as a podcast as well, but you see the stuff that we do in New Zealand. You can see that clarity of light. You can. You really can.
God, I hope I'm not going to start getting all emotional. Anyway, just hit me then. It's like, you might have to cut that out if I start blubbing. You might just have to cut it out. But anyway,
You're missing it, aren't you?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, you're missing the kids, I think, more than anything as well.
Yeah, when you start to talk about it, you miss it. We just did a video. Oh, God, how pathetic.
No, it's not.
Anyway, we just did a video with a Kiwi guy that's moving back to New Zealand.
Yeah, good on you, Tim.
This might be a good idea. This might be a good, what's the word? Opportunity to just say, if you are moving to New Zealand and you're looking for support, we've got a membership group that helps people move to New Zealand, to support people who are moving to New Zealand.
Yeah, we'll cry with you, don't worry.
Yes, just join it and just cry together. It's so good.
Yeah. Positive crying.
Yes. So, if you would like to join that membership group, or no, hang on, what I was going to say is if you're moving to New Zealand and you want to know more about the country, about what it's like to live in New Zealand, we've put together a free 5-day video guide for you. You can find that guide and more information about our membership group that we've just told you about by going to
www.nzahead.com/free. That's www.nzahead.com/free.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Sign up there, you get your 5-day videos, and then you get the option to join this wonderful community where we can all cry together.
Yes. Anyway, so Tim is part of that membership group, and he's moving back. Why am I telling this story? Hang on. He's moving back to New Zealand. That was it. He's moving back. He's been in the UK for the last 14 years, and he's moving back to New Zealand. And we were interviewing him the other day, did a Zoom call with him. I don't know if that would have gone out yet, or it might not have done. But anyway, And when we came off that call, we were like, oh, I just missed the positivity. I missed the
he
people.
just had a buzz about him that
Yeah.
you just think, oh yeah, you know what you're talking about. You know, they some of these people never done Zooms before or whatever it is, and you're gonna be talking on YouTube, and it's just the calmness there.
It's just so positive, and that's the main thing. Is just you just miss that. Oh, just the people. And I'm not saying that the people in Europe aren't nice. They're gorgeous.
There are some lovely
met
people.
Such lovely people.
Well, we've said that in other vlogs and videos and podcasts that we've done. The people I've met to help with, like mechanics and just people helping you out. Like, it's amazing.
But I miss that. And I know, again, people say, yeah, but it's only like that in Taranaki, Liz. They're not like that in Auckland. I just miss the smiling. I just miss people giving you eye contact and smiling. And like today I was down at the beach and I was sitting on a bench no wider than this. And I was just sitting on a bench and a lady came and sat at the end of it. And I just looked at her. She wouldn't look at me. She wouldn't. I just wanted to say, like, here we are sitting on the beach.
That
wouldn't
Kiwi
look at me.
way, that, it's like, it's just...
It's fair enough, because I suppose if you live in a country with so many people, you might get annoyed with so many people and just think, why am I going to smile at you? But
plus as well, you don't know who they are, and you don't, I
wasn't doing any harm, but I just sat there with my fish waiting.
It's not like you had a little cup to get some money off them. Like what was that guy today who walked into the cafe?
Weird, wasn't it?
It was. He was dressed up as I don't know.
He was dressed up as Mickey Mouse.
It looked like a bit like Mickey Mouse, wasn't it? Like, but
he
it
had
wasn't.
this massive big suit headpiece on,
red
with that big
and a black
smiley
suit.
Mickey Mousey face.
Yeah,
it's funny. I said to Brian, "How weird is it?" So he had this mask on and this costume, and he came over and he had white gloves on. He was like this, shake my hand, and then he was holding out the
cup to put some money in.
To put money in.
Yeah.
But I said, how funny that the minute you see a familiar cartoon face with a big smiley face, you think, oh, nice person. And I was like, like a half-wit, waiting to shake his hand. Yeah. And then I realised it was like,
just asking for money. And it wasn't even like a charity thing, was it, or anything? It was just asking for money.
No, and behind his mask, I could see that he wasn't smiling. I was like, well, you should be smiling if you know.
Yeah. Well,
not giving you €1 if you don't give me a smile.
No, that's it.
So, it's just the people. Just the positivity, the friendliness, and as I said, there are lots of lots of lovely, friendly people around, but it's more in the masses in New Zealand.
Yeah, that's the generalisation why we're saying it. It's like that's what you miss about the Kiwi people.
Yeah. Do you know what else I really, really miss? I miss the Māori eye raise. I miss the smile, the sense of humour. The Māori sense
I've
of
tried
humour.
done so many.
Yeah, you said that the other day, didn't you?
I mean, I got the guy at the fish place where it's a gorgeous fish stall, fishmongers on the front. I was coming home last night and he's just sitting there and he was eating his little snack. I don't know, whatever it was. It was about 6 o'clock and gave him the eye raise and he was like, and we both said hello,
that's nice.
Which was really good. Like, but I have seen him quite a bit. But just the general people, the odd one. And you walk past them and you can see they haven't smiled, but then they'll say "buongiorno" after you've gone by, and because they know that you were trying to just be a person.
I think my mum, she's doing it on purpose. My mum, she keeps sending me all these videos from TikTok and like little Air New Zealand flipping videos. Promotion thing.
Videos.
Yeah, just this. She's doing it on purpose, Bri. Make me miss home and come home to get the kids.
Yeah.
And every one of those videos, it's always a big Māori dude making like a joke about something, and I long for it.
I do love that side of things. Yeah.
That deep sense of humour, I don't know what's the word, is it, when they're not trying to be funny but they are funny.
Yeah, but it's only the Kiwis get it. It's just that it's a form of sarcasm, but it's not. But it's just like a dig at their own country, but a very soft, because it's funny, because it's like, oh shit, I do that as well, that sort of thing, isn't it? So
and we really miss that.
Yeah. And what else?
Do you know what also I miss? And this sounds really stupid because I'm English, but I miss being a Kiwi. I miss being part of a group. I've missed being part of a country, you know?
To feel part of it,
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, it's like someone said on YouTube on one of the comments for the vlog that we did in Italy the other day, wasn't it? And he just said, oh, Brian, you're there with your T-shirt, your shorts and your jandals, you're just being a Kiwi, and you're there with the Italians who are some of them are really well dressed, aren't they? Some of the old guys, they almost look like they're out to go and hit someone, like, you know, because they're like from the 1930s.
What do you mean about hit someone?
Well, I hate is like, you know, go and whack them, like as in shoot them, like, you know, because they look like mafiosos, some of them down there, didn't they? That old guy, that he was just like his hair all combed back, and he was walking about 3 strides ahead of his wife, and it was just like he looked like the king of the town.
Did he?
Didn't he? Remember?
Who are you talking about?
Oh, that he was walking.
He was out of his car to see what was happening with the traffic.
No, he was living in Sant'Elmo. Sant'Elmo, in the apartment we were in. He was next door.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he did, didn't he? Yeah, with his hair all slicked back, and he was just like, yeah.
And it was just like, wow. And there's me and me jandals.
Yeah.
So you miss that
Bit
as well.
scruffy, aren't you, Bri?
Yeah, but you miss that. Who cares what you wear in New Zealand type thing? I don't know. Or you can say in Auckland or Wellington, you go to work in a bank. Then, but do you wear that when you come home? You don't, do you?
Although in saying that, where we are, we've talked about this before. Where we are, the people are, you know, they're just down on that beach. They're just so easygoing, aren't they, Bri?
It's
they're
great.
lovely.
Yeah,
they're really lovely.
It's like being in. I even remember that film Cocoon, where all those old people start to get young.
About the flies.
No. What?
The guy in The Fly who went in that cocoon and turned into a fly.
No, that's called The Fly.
Oh.
This is called Cocoon.
Who was that actor again?
He's the guy from...
The Fly.
Yeah, The Fly. He's the one that's in Jurassic Park, isn't he? What's his name? Mr. Fly. Marty McFly, there you go.
He's not called Marty McFly.
No, that's Back to the Future, isn't it?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Anyway, him...
No, it's Brian. Anyway, it's Brian Dennehy, who's in... Doheny, whatever his name is, he was in Cocoon. Anyway.
What, The Fly?
No. God's sake.
I'm going to make myself laugh to stop crying.
That's what, they used to swim in the pool with the alien cocoons in the bottom, not flies. And they got young from it, like, you know, so anyway.
What are you talking
about? The beach, all those old people in the beach, because you don't normally see that anywhere else. You wouldn't see it in New Zealand, the amount of old people that are on the beach down there.
Yeah.
And, you know, they're all just like, I don't know, they must be in their 80s and they're going for swims and stuff, like, you know. It's kind of great to see. The Fly. For God's sake. If Chris Nelson's watching this, can you come and rescue me now, please?
Right, the last thing, and then I'm going, because that's. I feel like I'm a bit of emotion. I'm never doing this again.
No, well, that's when you'll be home next time, won't you? You think, what do I miss in Italy next time when you're back in New Zealand?
I hope I'm crying about Italy when I'm sat in New
rain
Zealand.
that we're getting.
Talking about rain, the thing that I miss. And I'm sorry, I should have written your name down, but I had a lovely comment from a lady the other day on YouTube. And, that's the other thing. Oh, should I just say about the other thing? I was going to say... No, I was going to say about the YouTube thing. About the people on YouTube. No, I won't say it. Oh, go on, I will then. You've twisted my...
Remember, if you're moving to New Zealand and you're looking for an immigration advisor to help you with all the process, the company we recommend are NZ Shores. The guys over there are absolutely brilliant. Loads of members of our NZ Ahead private community use them and they have raved about them, and that's why we recommend them. The brilliant thing about NZ Shores is they offer a free assessment. So if you're wondering whether or not you're eligible to move to New Zealand, you go to their website, you fill out a form, and they will contact you and tell you whether or not it's worth moving forward and how they can help you. And that's absolutely free. The way you can get to that assessment form is by going to www.nzshores.com/Liz. So that's nzshores.com/Liz. Go over there, fill out the form, and you will be in such good hands with NZ Shores.
And, that's the other thing. Oh, should I just say about the other thing? I was going to say... No, I was going to say about the YouTube thing. About the people on YouTube. No, I won't say it. Oh, go on, I will then. You've twisted my... The thing is, Bri, going back to the people, we're not talking about the fly. We're talking about the people. Going back to the people again.
Yeah.
I find, this is a good example of people in New Zealand. If you're listening to this, and like most of I'm guessing that 90% of our audience are either married to a Kiwi, they are Kiwi, or they're Kiwis living somewhere else in the world, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
But that's what
There's
our
a few live in
audience are.
Australia and things like that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. Kiwis around the world, or you've got some connection, or you love New Zealand. That's why you listen to It must be. Why else would you listen?
Well, there was a Kiwi in Thailand, wasn't there? He watches the stuff, doesn't he, or something like that?
Yeah. Anyway, so what I was saying is when we started this YouTube channel, not everyone, but people said to us, "Oh, turn the comments off. Don't have any comments on your YouTube channel because you will hate it."
Yeah.
And,
We got our fair share.
we did get our fair share.
Yeah.
We got a couple of 5% maybe said, but we've been doing this YouTube channel now for 18 months.
Something like that, yeah.
And as I said, the majority of the people are Kiwi. And I reckon that is why we must have one of the friendliest new YouTube channels in the world.
Well, it's got to be. When you look at it, I mean...
that is because they're all Kiwis.
Yeah, I think so as well. And not only that, they look after each other.
Yeah.
So if someone comes up and says, something got a little bit naughty, someone else jumps in and stuff like that. So,
It's so true. And I was just thinking about that the other day. I was cleaning my teeth and I thought, that is why, because someone emailed me, a different story, but someone emailed me and said, just be careful on YouTube because you're opening yourself up to blah, blah, blah. And it's like, yes, we probably do open up too much and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
But that is... If you want to know, if you're watching this and you want to know what New Zealand people are like and why we're saying we miss New Zealand people, just go and read all the comments on our YouTube channel.
Exactly.
Isn't it, Brian?
Yeah. Some of them are little mini essays, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
Fantastic.
So, and the other thing I was going to say about as well is, going back to the lady who left the comment on YouTube, and she said to me that she'd visited Taranaki and gone to Dawson Falls and it was pouring down. And she said to me something like, she said to us, "Oh, hats off to you, for remaining so cheerful in the weather." And I just read Dawson Falls and the rain, and just this big longing in my heart just filled me up. It was like, I want to go to Dawson Falls and walk in the rain.
Yeah, that's because that's where your mountain is, isn't it?
Yep.
That's it.
So that was like, I really miss that. I know we're in Tuscany and it's lovely and hot and sunny, but... if you go to Dawson Falls and hear the raindrops on the leaves...
Yeah, up in the rainforest. Yeah. It's unbelievable. It really is. Yeah.
It's really, really, really lovely.
The smells up there as well.
Yeah.
Just fantastic. They really are.
It is. I think we better say goodbye now.
I think we had. I think we're we're heading up. Gone 20 minutes.
Look at you. Crying your eyes out.
I said, I'm bawling my eyes out here. Thinking, I'm going for a swim in a minute. I'm going to get me calamari.
I know you'll understand. I know that you will understand that when you leave a country and talk about it, maybe you won't. Maybe you're not hormonal wreck like I am, but you leave a country, you leave your kids, you leave what you love and go travelling. And what is that saying where they say there's no, not Wizard of Oz saying, the other one that says you can go travelling but you're always at home. What's that saying?
I don't know. So nice to go travelling, but it's so nice to go home.
There's the one.
Yeah,
there's the one,
that's
right?
it. Yeah, I think it was Frank Sinatra, wasn't it?
Yeah. Was it The Fly?
I think it was. Yeah.
Anyway.
It's Back to the Future 3, I think.
We hope you enjoyed this little roundup of the things we missed about New Zealand.
Yes.
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 What other country can bring you to your knees in tears?
Just when you start talking about
Either that, Brian, or I need to get back to other people because me and you have been together too long.
I think that's what it could be.
Maybe it's driving me a bit crazy.
Yeah, when you see all these passionate Italians, you see and you think, yeah,
that's a point.
What?
It's rubbed off on us, hasn't it, Brian? Look at us
Mamma
now.
mia, that's a summer sapase pizza.
Anyway, so we hope you enjoyed that little roundup, and thank you so much for being with us. Thank you for being the people you are. Thank you, New Zealand, for letting us move there and experience everything that you've given us. And see you soon.
Yeah, and what they say from, it's only specific to this particular area, apparently, in Porto Santo Stefano and Aotearoa is Bono Forte. Oh. And you have to say it that way, Bono Forte. Bono Forte, which means extremely good, fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah. Because they say the Bono as Bono, not Bon, however it is the other Italians say it.
Right.
So, but here, because an Italian said to us, that's how we say it. Mm. So we could start saying that at the end of the podcast now. Instead of Kia kaha, we could have said
let's just stay what we're doing. Kia ora, my friends.
Yeah, kia ora. Yeah, and kia kaha, stay strong. Kia u, stay true. And we'll see you next time.
See you next time.
Wherever we're going to be, hopefully, well, maybe again in Italy, or we might be heading back through France or something.
Okay.
Who knows?
See you soon.
See you soon. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for joining us on the podcast this week. We have loved having you here with us.
If you love this week's show, please share this with your friends. Send it to anybody you know that wants to think about moving to New Zealand, and get on over here yourself.
And tell them how brilliant it is as well. And also, if you haven't signed up for our free 5-day video guide showing you what life is like, really like, in New Zealand, then go over to the website and sign up. You are missing out. This is brilliant. Go over to www.nzahead/free and we will send you 5 days worth of videos about what life is like in New Zealand. You are going to love it. So one more time, that website that you need to sign up for the free 5-day guide is www.nzahead/free. So we're going to see you next week. Until then, have a great week and we'll speak to you soon. Bye.
Bye.
Say bye again. Bye.
Bye.